Alright guys, first of all, I'm wearing sunglasses in here as I do this because the bright lights are hurting my eyes right now. But that's not what you're here for to hear me do. You want me to start back on this, and I'm going to start by grabbing rack B1. No, that's E1, not B1. That's B2. Oh. Okay, here we go. There is part B15. That's B15. Here we go. This one right here. And since this is going to be inside, I'm not going to stress too much about the mold flash on there. But there's that one, and it's going to face this curved mark is going to be the elbow right there. That curved point is going to be the elbow. We need B18, which would be this one right here. B18 goes into this top part there, and then I'm going to come back here for B19. And that's going to go into the bottom there. I love the internal skeleton thing they got going on here. That is just really A20. That's rack D2 here. Whoa, hold on. Okay. A20 is right here, and this one we're going to be able to see. So let me take my sandpaper here. Let's get some sanding ASMR going on. I've got... Can you hear that in the background? Yeah, I got the Transformers movie playing in the background. Hopefully I don't get too distracted. You can watch Transformers the movie on YouTube for free. Every once in a while it gets pulled down, but then it gets popped back up again. And I went outside to smoke a little bit and came back in, and it's like, oh, okay, well, we're not turning that off. Okay, so A20 is going to go on like this. And I know what somebody's going to say. Oh, no, you messed it up with the sanding and it's all scratched. I don't mind. I don't mind. You know why? Because that's natural wear and tear damage, kind of. You know, I could see the Gundam Heavyarms getting some scratched right there in his armor because he's slamming the arm together too damn hard or something, you know? Okay, so I need part E12. Here we go. This is the rack that has the minigun on it and minigun, the Gatling gun. Okay, so we're gonna take this and is it supposed to be blade facing outward? Okay, yeah, the blade faces outwards and it curves up around the arm. Now, if you really wanted to, I guess you could do it this way, but it's not designed that way. But see, what then that means is that whenever he's fighting, if it's not like this, he always has to do uppercuts, which would make sense. Him always having to do an uppercut actually would actually make sense doing uppercut, because he'd get more power from it. But it would make it a fairly predictable offensive weapon. Then again, his sword arm is meant to be a last defense. It's oh crap, they got a bit too close. Uppercut. There we have that right there, and This is, oh wow. I remember back in the day, you'd be lucky if you got that out of a Gundam arm. Okay, so next it'd be D229. Okay, so here is rack D2, and this is part 29. Is there any nubbins on here I really want to worry about? Not really, we're good. And the lines go facing away from me because we want them to be on the outside of the arm. And it just slides into place right there. I've got rack D1 part 3 here, and I've got all kinds of paint that I accidentally got on there when I was painting things, so I'm going to come in here with my fingernail and scratch it all off. And anything that does end up being left behind, I can just call it battle damage or whatever I want. It does go on like that, and the groove faces forward, and then I'm going to bring in my upper torso, and we're going to stick that right on there. That's looking good. And then let me bring in the other arm here, and we'll put those right on there like so. I like the way that is looking. Let me put that off to the side here, and we need to build a foot, so I'm going to need rack D2 here, and I'm going to need rack E1 or E2. Alright, so I've got rack E1 here, and I'm going to need part 4. And I'm going to need polycap number 7. This one right here. And then that's going to go up inside this cavity right here. You see, this is kind of annoying to wedge in there, but since the polycap is rubber, it can deform a little bit and slip in there. I need to get C1. This one right here. This one right here. And let me get my sandpaper up here. There we go. I'm going to leave that one alone. Now, these 2 little holes here are going to go into those 2 little holes right there, and that's going to clasp this peg all together nice and snugly. We need to get C2. I'm going to put that over here. Got a couple of, ooh, that's a nasty bit of flash right there. Alright. So next, I get to take my heel section, and I can slip it between these 2 little grooves right on either side there. You see that? Okay. I need, here we go. I need this one right here. This is rack D1, and I'm going to take part number 8 here. And again, I've got some ugly flashing. I'm going to leave that alone. And this is going to peg right on right on here, and that's going to close that hinge in there, and now we've got the foot all together. That is, I like that. This is cool. And that is it for our foot. Next, we need to assemble a leg. I'm going to close that page over. Okay, so we're going to start on the upper thigh, I think. I need rack B1. No. That's... Okay, hold on. Okay, so these ones right here, I need E6 and E7. So I'm going to wait till I assemble. Well, actually, the rack flash isn't too bad, actually. So, this one, it's going to go like this. But I need B1 part number 2 on this rack here. I'm going to pull that part out. And then I'm going to take this part, and it needs to be facing this way when I put it on that peg point there. And then we're going to take the other side and put that together. You know, if you really wanted to get in there and glue this stuff, you could, but then you'd have to sit here hinging it back and forth, waiting for it to dry so that it didn't accidentally lock up the joint. So, yeah, that's part of why you really don't want to use a whole lot of glue on these things. You don't want to accidentally damage it. Okay, I need a polycap now. So we're going to take polycap number 8 right here. This weird rectangular looking piece. Come on. And that's going to go on this tab, this thin bit right there. That is also going to... No, that's its own separate piece. That's right. Okay. I'm going to need those polycaps again in a little bit. I know that. I need part D, rack D2, part 19. That is right here. Number 19 is this part. Oh, I broke off some mold flash there. Let's scrape that down a little bit. And, it's going to go in this way. Like that. And then I'm going to need that other polycap number 8. That's going to pop off there and there. And they want it to go right here. Okay, so A, we have emptied out rack D2. That is... That is nice to see. We're going to close that up on either side, and then I'm going to need part 7 from... Which rack is this? The D1 rack. We're going to get part number 7, and then that's going to pop on the front here. There we go, like that. They have a sticker, but I painted it instead. I'm going to go back and repaint all this stuff later on also. I've got this part right here. Just gonna slide that on like so. I am honestly surprised at how long it can take to build one of these things. This video is already 15 minutes long, so I'm going to say thank you for watching. Please come back for the next part. So far, I've built his upper torso and arms. I've built a foot, and I've kind of built a leg. So let's see how much more we can build in next episode, right?